This could unlock the Lakers. After yesterday's press conference with Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick, they had high praise for Max Christie, who could take the leap into a more significant role, along with last season's first-round pick Jalen Hood-Schifino, as Redick praised him for his tremendous growth during the summer. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into everything we have for you for today's video, guys, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already to get those Laker updates, especially with training camp starting next week, guys. Now, the Lakers just had a press conference yesterday, and this was with Rob Pelinka and new coach JJ Redick. So we're going to be going into a couple of different videos talking about what happened during that press conference. So here is one of the major points that I saw yesterday. So Max Christie's role will increase. So they talked about Max Christie, who signed a 4-year, $32 million contract to come back for the Lakers, and he signed it pretty early in free agency, which showed a sign that he was excited to get back to work and really get in the gym and really improve as a player. And it looks like he has done so, as JJ Redick and Rob Pelinka really were praising Max Christie in this presser, and they had said that he had significant improvement along with one Jalen Hood-Schifino, which was a very shocking thing for some Laker fans to hear, because Jalen Hood-Schifino was almost unplayable last season, and for him to make a significant improvement, so much so that JJ Redick and Rob Pelinka have confidence in him to get playing time this season. Things must be going well so far in the JJ Redick player development camp, because they talked about as Christie and Jalen Hood-Schifino are two guys who already have bought into the system and have shown major growth. And this is very good for Laker fans to see, because they didn't really make any adjustments, whether it was from trades or bringing in guys via free agency. So most of their growth and the way they're going to get better is some of their own players growing and getting better. So this is what Rob Pelinka said about Max Christie, and then this was part of a quote here, as he said, "I think Max Christie is sort of the prototypical player of a 3-and-D wing that can defend, pick up, or pressure full court," which is another thing JJ Redick has talked about in his system. He can make corner threes, I think, at a high clip, and he's very long and athletic. So I think he can be a guy that's going to help us win the extra possession game by crashing. So just the way he plays, the way he's built really aligns with JJ's philosophy and his character. He is in the gym every day, and he's probably one of the hardest workers on our team. So that is very high praise from one GM, Rob Pelinka, and it's for one Max Christie, who we've seen over the now 3 seasons that he's been here with us with the Lakers, that he has putting in the work. He is a guy that tries to control what he can controls, and really just stays in the gym and stays level-headed and really keeps his nose to the chalkboard over there. So Max Christie showing this improvement, and now looking like he's going to get the opportunity to, because of the style that he plays and how he can fit well with some of these Laker groupings, is very great to see, because we essentially lost a guy like Taurean Prince, who I know Laker fans had some issues with him, but he eventually found his role and found a very nice role off the bench there. And then this is what Max Christie will be essentially filling that void for. So, and he can do a couple of other things that a guy like Taurean Prince could not. So a reason why a lot of Laker fans should be excited for a guy like Max Christie is his rebounding ability. And I was going about it thinking about Max Christie's rebounding on the defensive end, closing out possessions and helping the Lakers really start to get on their offense side of the ball. But JJ Redick is thinking about Max Christie in another light as a corner crasher, so to speak, as he was talking about that this is going to be a thing with the Lakers offense, that they're going to have guys crashing from the corners, say if they didn't get an open shot there, to really help get the Lakers extra possessions. And then if you know basketball, if you get more possessions than the other team, you tend to probably win the game, just because you're able to get more shots up and do more things on the offensive end than the other team. So this is a very interesting idea, and I think it's one that can truly work, because Max Christie does have that right skill set that JJ Redick is looking for, and to do the multiple things that Max Christie can do. So that's whether it's defending full court or being a guy that can confidently knock down 3-pointers or even take a couple of mid-range shots just because of the way that he can play and also get all the way to the rim with his athleticism. So there's a multitude of things that Max Christie can do within his role, his 3-and-D role, which now looks like a viable open spot. And Redick also talked about the importance of having 8 guys that you can play in a playoff series, and Max Christie is going to make his career being one of those 8 guys. And I totally see that for a guy like Max Christie, and now he's got the runway and possibility to get that playing time, and he's probably going to make the most of it. And if he can be another guy that the Lakers can add to their rotation to be a viable threat, this only improves this team so much, because you already have that starting 5, which I think is pretty solid with D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. And then off the bench, you got Gabe Vincent, who was returning from injury. Looks like he's finally healthy and ready to go. And then you have Jared Vanderbilt, who, yes, he is going to be coming back from injury, but he also is going to be a guy that you can trust on the defensive end, especially on that side of the ball. And then now insert in Max Christie, who can be another guy. So that's 8 guys right there that you can plug and play in different situations and really help your team out to the point where Max Christie can be a guy that can help shift the Lakers win games, because if he's able to not only do the things that he can do on the offensive end, but also be a high-level defender on that end, then that opens up a lot of doors for the Lakers. Max Christie can guard some point guards, some shooting guards, even some small forwards as well. So there's some versatility on that end. So I'm just all but excited to see what Max Christie can do in this new formed JJ Redick system. But I do want to get to the other player they had some high praise for, and that is one Jalen Hood-Schifino, as there was major improvements from JHS. And this is a very striking thing to hear, like I said, from Laker fans, just because Jalen Hood-Schifino was almost to the point unplayable last season, as he only got 21 games with the Lakers for the big club, and they didn't really play in any real impactful minutes. It was just mostly at the end of games, so just those garbage time minutes, and it was very unserious basketball for the Lakers in those points. But it seems like Jalen Hood-Schifino took that time in his rookie season, was probably watching a lot of film, getting reps in the G League, because he did have a nice little stint in the G League for about 15 or so games. So before that back injury that he had to sit out for the rest of the season. And then he also sat out Summer League as well. But it also looked like he was getting in the work and improving so much so that a guy like JJ Redick has confidence in him to possibly even challenge some guys in training camp and maybe even be vying for minutes. And this is a huge step up for a guy like Jalen Hood-Schifino, and probably great for his confidence, because there's a lot of guys that went around him in his draft class. If you think about guys like a Cam Whitmore or a Jaime Jaquez, both of those guys are thriving in the NBA, and they were both guys drafted after a Jalen Hood-Schifino. So Jalen Hood-Schifino is probably looking or chomping at the bit to really get into NBA action and really play some meaningful minutes. And just looking at his profile and the type of guy that he could possibly be, he's a 6'6" point guard, so he's got very good size at the point guard position, and he can be a high level defender because he's got pretty good physicality and he's got switchability from those different guard spots, and possibly since he's 6'6", he can guard up and guard some threes as well. So that makes him even more viable for the Lakers, because if you can find another guy that can run the point, this could only bode well for the Lakers squad, especially when you had a guy like Gabe Vincent who missed time last season, and then we all are not really too sure what was going to happen with D'Angelo Russell during the season with all the trade rumors and such. So having a guy in the wings like Hood-Schifino, and if he shows that he can play, this would be massive for the Lakers, because I think this can truly unlock some things they can have and really add to their depth, which a lot of people really don't see right now, but that's mostly because they have a lot of young guys in those spots that just aren't really unproven at this point in their NBA careers. So I'm thinking of guys like Max Christie, like rookie Dalton Connect, and Jalen Hood-Schifino. If all of these guys can play real minutes for the Lakers, this will do wonders for their rotation, and just not only just helping with guys, so say in that long grind of an 82 season, if you miss some of your main dudes, if these guys can step up and help the Lakers win basketball games, this is only going to bode so well from them, and then keep them out of that play-in territory, which we're always fighting to get out from under. So I was really thrilled to hear things about Max Christie and more importantly Jalen Hood-Schifino, because him being a viable option not only could bode well for the Lakers on the court, but say if he was able to play well enough, he can add to his trade value as well, and then the Lakers can use that possibly to shore up other places on the roster. But that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys comment down below. What do you guys think of Max Christie and what his possible improvement can do for the Lakers? And what do you like to see about him getting more minutes in a bigger role? And then what about Jalen Hood-Schifino? Do you guys really truly believe that this guy can get some regular rotation minutes and be an impact for the Lakers? Let us know in the comments down below. And then also one more thing, there is about 80% of you guys who are not subscribed to the channel just yet, and if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker coverage, just every and all things Lakers basketball, you guys want to make sure you guys are subscribed to Lakers Digest. All right, I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.